slide about myself like Erica, but I got too much. I am the baby of 12.
Wow.
And my oldest sibling, so this whole millennial thing is interesting from hearing everybody's perspective. My oldest sibling is 78.
Wow.
And I am the youngest, so I'm 40. So my topic about building relationships was very hitting home to me as I began to prepare it, because in my field of work, my niche skill from having 18 years in HR, I've worked for Meadows Corporation, for Dana Corporation, moved on to Blue Cross Blue Shield, went to AAA, worked for the city of Detroit as the employee relations manager for the city, and now I'm with Ally. And the thing that I can say that has made me catapult through those billion-dollar corporations was the ability to build positive working relationships. Some stuff I didn't even know. I said, show me, I can do it. That's just the mindset of a millennial, which I'm not a millennial. I'm an in-betweener, like Erica said. And hopefully the information that I share with you today about relationships kind of mixes everything you all heard in the beginning together. So now you can see that this topic is just cross generations. It doesn't matter if you're millennial, a Gen Xer, or even Generation Alpha. It'll be something that you need. Relationships is what I consider to be essential to us as humans. Just like food and water. You need it. So I'm gonna ask a really funny question. How many people at work have heard somebody say, I'm just here to get a paycheck? I don't need no friends.
Yeah.
I don't want none. And if I make some along the way, that's okay. And if I don't, so be it. I've heard baby boomers say it. I've heard millennials say it. I've heard in between exennials say it. You say it all the time.
When I hear people say that,
I run from them. I run from those people who say that. So building positive relationships in the workplace is actually vital to your career success. Relationships can positively and negatively affect your satisfaction at that job. Your ability to advance is impacted by your relationships. Your achievements is impacted by your relationships, as well as if you're comfortable in your work setting. Those interactions make you decide, is this a place that I want to be at? Is this a place that I not want to be at? Are people intimidated by me? What is it that I can change about myself when I look at the relationships of the people who are around me, even in my work environment? You feel closer to the people that you work with when you bond with them over something. And the majority of the time you do it because you want it to work for you. However, for a lot of people, relationship building isn't natural, nor is it easy to do. Most of us refuse to admit that this is a concern of our own. We don't know how to do it. We think we have it together, but it's a basic common sense concept. Just talking to someone and learning things about them and asking questions about yourself and sharing information. It doesn't have to be a good friend. I just told somebody today when I got here, nobody is a stranger to me. I make every effort to go through a room and talk to everybody. If I didn't get to this side, I'm sorry, I was working my way around, but that's just something I've learned to do as a part of being a relationship person who's mindful of the relationships that I have. So today, what I want to hopefully help you learn is the importance of having good workplace relationships and why you need them. The difference in the characteristics of a good and healthy working relationship, where to build positive workplace relationships, and how to do a stakeholder analysis, and 10 tips for building positive work relationships at work. Okay, why is it important to have good working relationships? Can somebody tell me? Outside of the 3 things I already said. Nobody knows why? Why?
It creates a better work environment.
Anybody else?
Spend more time at work than we do with our family.
We do.
If you have a best friend at work, then you're more likely to stay there. Retention.
You're right on. Good working relationships give us several benefits. One of them is you enjoy your relationships at work. You enjoy working with the people that you work with, and you're right. It gives you a desire to either want to stay or want to go. What's more important, it gives us freedom. Instead of spending time and energy overcoming problems in your work environment, having good working relationships will give you an opportunity to avoid negative relationships, and instead you can focus on the good ones. Good relationships often are necessary to develop our career. Don't we all want career development, or do we just want to stay in the same place forever? We don't. We want to be able to move around, because I saw so many hands when we were talking about leadership. We're full of leaders in this room, whether you have the title or not. You are still in a position to become a leader and be an effective one. But a key element to that is how you handle and have relationships. We all need good working relationships in our professional circle. I consider you all part of my good relationships. This is a professional organization, and so building those relationships is important to us. Our customers, our suppliers, our stakeholders are essential to our success. So it's important to build and maintain those good relationships with those people. So some of the characteristics of relationships, there are several characteristics that make up a good and healthy relationship, working relationship. One is trust, one is mutual respect, mindfulness, welcoming diversity, and having open and honest communication. I think we talked about that earlier in someone else's slide. I'm going to talk about these in details of so many more than this. Vulnerability could be one. Does anybody have anything that they think else can add to relationship characteristics?
I think a word that's used often across so many different spectrums is authenticity. Just being yourself, not putting on a show to impress anybody, I think that's critical. And as I believe Eddie said earlier, people can tell when you're not being authentic. They can tell when you're fake. And I think that is probably in the top 10 of what's important in terms of building strong, effective relationships.
I agree. Anyone else want to add?